Hey, good morning, folks. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure that sound is up. Yes, good morning. I just turned up the volume on this. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. I just got inspired to do my live stream now. Yes, it is November 6th, 2021. It's about 9:08 a.m. in the morning. And you're looking at the beautiful Manhattan sky line. Isn't that beautiful? And yes, I'm still in bed. I have my little babies with me, my little doggy woggies. That's Lily, Lilac, and Lavi. He looks like a rug, doesn't he? Yes, I got my stuffed animals, my little dolls with me. Yes, yes, I'm still like a little child in heart. Yes, tap into that little child in you. Yeah, be responsible, but tap into that little child of innocence. Yes, I like that. I think being a child at heart keeps you feeling younger. Yes, sometimes it can get real serious, but when I tap into that little child in me, you feel younger at heart. Yeah, I just felt inspired to do this live stream. I haven't done a video in just a couple of days. And I felt, I was encouraged. I want to thank you, YouTubers. You viewers of my videos. You inspire me too. Me too. You encourage me. And so I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all my viewers. You say, well, what do you want to thank us for? Well, let me tell you. You know, um, a couple of days ago, my last live stream, just before this one, I did a live stream a couple of days ago. It was my early, early morning one. And someone came on, someone wrote in the chat room and told me that a person had just passed away that day. And that person, they gave me the name of the person or the channel name, and told me that that person had been watching my channel, my videos, and that they notified that person who's uh, writing me in the chat room during a live stream about me and encouraged him to watch my videos. And I didn't know the person. Some people may watch my videos, but they may not write in the chat room. I don't know who's watching. I only know those who are watching when they write something in the chat room or in the comment section. That's the only time I know who's watching. And that I was happy and greatly encouraged when they told me that here they thought it was important enough to tell me that this person passed away, and that I inspired them, that I helped them in some way through my videos. And then this other person who was told, hey, watch a video, and then they watched, and then they told me. things like this is very encouraging. I mean, I'm sorry, condolences to that person. I don't know what country or place they're from. They didn't answer that. I did ask them that question. I said, where were they um, living at the time? What nation are they from? Are they from the U.S.? But unfortunately, I didn't get a response. But that it was important enough for them to watch my live stream and let me know what happened, that something happened to someone that encouraged them to watch my videos. I'm not a big YouTube channel. I'm very modest in my subscriberships. But one thing that I'm happy about with my uh, having the size of visitors to my live stream, it's more personable. You can say hello, you can have a conversation, through the chat room. And I love intimacy. Intimacy is something that's usually small, one or two people. I love intimacy. Life is about intimacy. It's not about numbers. I didn't start this channel, Spirit Journey, with subscribers in mind. In fact, when I started the channel, I knew nothing of what was, I didn't know what the thumbs up, thumbs down were. I didn't know what the word subscribe meant. I didn't know how to navigate within. I just kind of like somehow, experimented. I remember when I didn't even know how to do a live stream. And now I do it all the time, live streams. I'm developing like everybody else on YouTube. And we all see now how YouTube has changed and doing a lot of censorship, not just YouTube, but many of the what they call social media. And you know what? There's another term that I've been recently exposed to, the term influencer. Do you notice now in over YouTube, like the news reporters, and some of the YouTubers are dying, murdered, I should say, and and it's usually women, and it's the influencer, blah 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 blah, right? I'm not trying to demean them when I say it like that. I'm just saying what's happening, and I said, wow, what's that term? Why they say influencer? I just say a YouTuber or a Facebooker. I I don't I don't I don't call myself an influencer. I'm just a person that has a YouTube account or a Facebook account, etc. And that's it. But now it's like these social media outlets are becoming a very strong force in society, and that they're characterizing them as being people who influence other people. Well, we don't need social media to influence. We influence each other every day when you go outside, when you take the train or the bus or plane or train, when we go to work, when we go to the supermarket, when we go and pay our bills. We've always influenced each other. And that's also part of the reason why I'm doing my video today. I was very doing a lot of introspection lately. Like, uh, this is New York City, and it's getting cold. This is like the fourth consecutive day that it's really cold, in the low 40s, and I think the upper 30s one day. Yeah. And you have to dress comfortable for that time. Yeah, when you dress comfortable for this cold weather, it's fantastic and very energizing. But also the cold weather especially when it's a strong overcast. It makes me sleepy. Yeah, real sleepy. But right now it's pretty bright out there. Pretty bright. I stayed in all yesterday. I did. And I probably will stay in today, but who knows? I might go out later on. But we inspire each other and enlightened by one another. Yeah. I get enlightened by you guys. You encourage me. And you encourage me to keep on going. Sometimes I feel like, um, because that one, like as I mentioned, I didn't start this channel uh, for popularity. I did it as an outlet, like, because I had a prior channel and it's still up, but I pretty much left it. I was, it's really weird. See, I started out on YouTube with a different channel to as to express myself because I was very upset about the racial climate when that guy Trayvon Martin, he was 17 years old at the time. This was in February of 2012, and a lot was happening to me at that time, and I felt vulnerable and scared because well, I have young nephews at that time, black nephews, and I was concerned that what happened to Trayvon Martin, he was just a young teen. He it was at 7 o'clock at night. That's not terribly late at all. Some people come home from work by 7 p.m. And he had gone to the store and he was coming back home with some stuff from the candy store, and he was racially profiled and then shot to death. And it frightened me. And I went on YouTube on a different channel and I just started venting and just, I was very, I wasn't a speaker. I was extremely shy. I had just graduated from college and I was learning to try to, my voice. I was learning to tap into my voice, you know. Um, and then one thing led to another with that channel, and I thought I wanted to help my black community. So this is a while ago. This was 2012. It's almost exactly 10 years ago. And then an event happened by this woman by the name of Vista Viano and the basketball team in California. And the owner of this basketball team, I forget the name, um, he was caught saying horrible things about this one retired uh, black basketball player, a very, very famous basketball player who allegedly contacted the HIV virus. And it was like the poster child for the black community regarding the seriousness of AIDS and HIV. And the cat came out the bag regarding this basketball team owner through his so-called female helper. She had took audio tapes of him and then gave it to a friend, and she leaked the info. He was saying horrible, horrible things about blacks, and it led to him losing his team. And when shortly after that, when I learned that these black women, and that was a big scandal, this happened maybe 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, and Shortly after that big scandal and him losing his, and he's a billionaire, that's a B as a boy. He loses his team. They took it away from him, ownership of that the basketball team. And shortly after that, again, he's a married man too. And he goes out on a vacation with a whole bunch of black women. And I said, wait a minute. You call him all these names, that he's a racist and this and that, and then you're going to go out, bunch of black women, go out on a cruise or something with him? I felt like, what? I said, I had enough with this blackness. At least that's what I thought. And I formed this channel that you're watching right now, Spirit Journey, to focus more on the spiritual aspect of my life. But you know, my spirituality and my challenges are pretty much interwoven. And slowly, my videos really were on a racial aspect, that racial component of me, on awakening through the illusion of racism, sexism. Because I am who I am, and when I go outside, what do I face? What do I see? And then I started really, I think it was 2 days ago, I started thinking. I did a meditation. I don't do the like the what I call a formal meditation. Like I did explain many times in my videos, my early morning videos, that upon awakening from sleep or dreaming, I do a meditation in my bed right there. I keep, upon awakening, I keep my eyes closed, and then I do my like a relaxation, um, and then I see visions. But see, there's a what I call a more traditional meditation. That's when I'm out and about, when I get up and everything, out of bed and eat, wash, and I go in front of my mirror and I do a mirror gazing. And it's to do an inner work. It's to get to know me. Yes, hello, viewer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please type a one, that you can hear me well and that you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, I do this other formal meditation. I take a chair or a meditation chair in front of a mirror. I usually have a candle on. Sometimes I have incense. Sometimes I have a crystal in my hand. And then I gaze and I darken the room. I put the curtains up. And then I gaze in front of the mirror. And I did this yesterday or the day before yesterday. I just felt a need to do that. I just wanted to go within, especially when the day is very like cloudy and everything. And I generally feel very introspective during those days when it's cloudy, it's cold. I just feel like I need to regroup and go within. And that's what I did. And I usually feel better after. But I have to admit, some days I feel afraid. Like I wanted to do my mirror work on Halloween, that evening. But I was too afraid to do it in front of the mirror. So what I did, I just, in my bed, like where I am now, and just talk to the universe. I look up in the night sky and I just talk from my heart. But when you do mirror work, people, I tell you, see, real fear comes from within. You are the experiencer. That's a term that this YouTuber just mentioned um, earlier today that I was watching. He used the term experiencer, meaning Your eyes, what you see, what you perceive is you. Only you could perceive what you see through your eyes. How you internalize it. That is only you. Only you know within yourself. Only you are experiencing what you're experiencing with your being. And it's scary. It could be very, very scary to look at yourself in the mirror is a scary thing to do because many people are not looking at themselves within, they're looking outside and they're being affected. Yes, we are easily influenced by the things we see. That's what this new YouTuber that I just encountered just last night. He's into spirituality, and it was just by chance. I was watching. Okay, I was watching. What's that? What's the name? Odyssey. It's some other type of social platform that I'm new on. I don't have an account, but this YouTuber that I've been following on and off for the past 4 years. She's really on fire, I think. She's really developing insight. I mean, it's really weird. Again, I don't really like mentioning names of people. If someone's like an author or something, well-known person. Yeah, good morning, Sophia. Good morning. It's always good to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I hope you can hear me well, Sophia. Yes, I don't really like using names of people, I guess for privacy, and I'm not I'm not here to pull down anyone. Um, and I don't like what they call piggybacking off of other people. You have people who only mention a name in the description because, like clickbait. I'm not about that. If it's essential to the conversation, I'll mention the name in the description or something or in the title. But this is just a general talk about how, about enlightenment, that we can enlighten and encourage one another. And so, some people that I might watch, sometimes they get me upset. Sometimes I get really pissed at some of these YouTubers. And then sometimes they inspire me, the same person. And this person right now, wow, is inspiring me by her insights. And so this person is on Odyssey. They pulled down her channel. Yeah, yeah, this YouTuber, they pulled down her channel, her YouTube channel. And so I had to instant message her because I had instant messaged her before in the past. And I was wondering what happened. So I said, hey, what happened? I was trying to find your channel. Did they pull your channel? How could I see the rest of your work? So she gave me a link where she is. She doesn't do Facebook any longer, but she told me, hey, she gave me the link, and it was Odyssey, and I found her name on it, and I start watching. Yeah, we're all training. We're all changing. I see. And then after I finished watching her video, uh, it's like a YouTube. What, like you watch one video, then it refers you another one to watch automatically, and that's what happened yesterday. And he mentioned something about look something about techniques to about visions, seeing visions, and he mentioned certain things. So I know that he knows what he's talking about because I was experiencing a similar phenomenon in my morning meditations. So I was like, wow. So I was just compelled to watch more of his videos. Yeah, I was really blessed by those two YouTube, I mean, not YouTube, those two people on Odyssey. Yeah, it's a new platform for me to watch and a little different than YouTube in what at least what they're showing me. I guess it's based on your prior views. I guess maybe the um, algorithms based on what you watch. It's going to show you similar types of videos. I speculate that, but it encouraged me. I said, "Wow, I see that we all. I think this is a time about growth. We're being challenged, all of us. We don't live. Excuse me. We don't live in a vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum." And so even us YouTubers or Odyssey people, we're going through the process also. And then we share our experiences, that just like what I'm doing now in this live stream. Yeah, I am seeking. And it's like I'm trying to find something and I'm getting stuck. And then I being referred to Odyssey. And I'm very, yeah, because yeah, I'm on a path. And I don't know exactly where it's going to lead me, but I know I want to move forward and expand my mind. And I was that new YouTuber that I discovered last night. Um, I think I'm hoping that I want to email him and get information about this. Share my experience regarding these morning visions and how to um, perfect it. To see more. Yeah, because I'm still, I still do some of my early morning visions, but I see that it's changing. It's harder to see. Like I'm seeing things, but it's so faint and so distorted. Um, it's hard to really, like today I saw a little something. Today, um, it looked like a carriage, like something that's on like a the horse and buggy type of thing. Like it was on like a large wheel, something being pulled. You see movement, but as many of you know, with my visions, there's always like oftentimes it's like I call it a filter, and I think it's by design that this happens. It doesn't want what the system doesn't want me to see clearly, so it looks like a net, like in the military they have those camouflage nets, so like planes or helicopters flying above, they cannot see the equipment below, and it's like a net that they use, and it camouflages. It kind of blends in with the background. It looks something like that. And so it's covering up a lot of stuff, but that's behind it. And I don't know how to get rid of this. I don't know why it's. I mean, I I don't know how to get rid of it. Then other times that I see something very clear. It seemed like in 2018, let's say 2018 and 19, I was seeing things very, um, very clear. Sorry, it didn't have it was like just a couple of seconds of clarity, real clear. Sometimes I see people who I don't know, and it's like a video or something. Sometimes it looks like I'm actually there, and other times it looks like I'm watching a a monitor screen, like a security camera, and I'm watching the people. It's really weird. I don't know where these locations are. They look like it's modern times. I have no idea what this is, and I'd like to perfect it. Um, yeah, I have no idea. So sometimes I see like um, like a surface of something, and it's has like designs, symmetrical, um, different textures. Uh, Yesterday, I saw briefly was horizontal strips of color, like it was like a yellowish orange strips, like each horizontal strip was maybe of a foot, 12 inches in width. And it altered, like one was a lighter shade, one was a darker shade. I've never seen something like that. And there's nothing here that has horizontal anything in your view, so I don't know what this is all about. But the mind is powerful. That's what I'm getting. And that's what I want to encourage you guys about. Your mind is powerful. It's powerful. And if I could somehow unleash my mind to break through the illusion of fear, it's like I was afraid of everything growing up. I was a very fearful person. I was afraid to speak because growing up I would be hit. You know, they use physical pain to control me, and I hate it. And so yes, growing up and becoming free, there is a price to pay, because some people want to stay with their abuser, and some abusers are your own families. I said it. Some of your abusers are family members, relatives. And you have to get to a point to say, I love you, but you're not good for me. You're not good for me. I love all of them. But I have to learn to love myself. Love yourself for a change. It's okay to receive blessings. I was told, that I'm not good enough for blessings. And that my life here was just to please others. And that's not true. Your life is to experience you, and that you are worthy of blessings like everybody else. And it's okay to do good to yourself. So I try to eat right. I try to do my body right. There are people who hate themselves so much that they destroy their own bodies through poor eating, through drugs and alcohol. It's a time to say, enough is enough. You're not going to harm your body. Yes, many of us went through traumas, sadnesses, tragedies that happened to us. But it's a new day. It's a new day. You can choose now to become liberated by just saying, I choose liberation. And that's where the start begins, by saying it audibly with your own mouth. I choose freedom. I invite you all right now to say, I have freedom. I have freedom. And every day you say this. And then slowly the encouragement. And slowly you're not going to be attracted to certain people and places. Stay away from people who choose death over life. Even the Bible says choose life and have it more abundantly. And I see even with my life that it's about choices. Choose things that serve you. See, they keep on saying, "Oh, what about others? What about this? Oh, you notice? There are people out there like I I go to the park almost every day with my little doggy Woggies. Yeah, these are my little dogs. See that? They're all with me today. And The New York Marathon is tomorrow. The New York City Marathon, I think it's the largest marathon around. Sure, they have other marathons on the planet, but I think the New York City Marathon is the largest in the world. And I think they said there'll be 55,000 plus participants, runners. They're going to participate. And I think this one is going to be a really, really interesting one. I'm not into running and things like that, but I am being inspired too by the whole process. I don't know why. It's just something happening within me. Um, yes, I've been going out in nature. Many of you have been watching my video for about a year or so. It's over a year now. I've been consistently going to Central Park with my pack, my little doggies, and just enjoy nature. Remember, I had my cell phone, and I used to show you my journey to the park and inside the park and to the ramble and back. Remember that? Yeah, I used to do that for you guys. And it was enjoyable to see all the things that I saw. But I'm feeling now, it, get out there and get in tune with nature, people. Get in tune with nature. Yeah, so yeah, tomorrow, as I was saying, is the New York City Marathon. I think I want to go. I feel I want to go. Um, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Whether to bring my stroller with my dogs in it, because it's going to be a real packed, really packed. And I my little girl does not like crowds, and I don't want to stress her out. But we are family. I'll figure it out. I mean, but it's going to be really packed, and I want to be around it. I want to be around the. See, the runners like this. When I go to Central Park, they are. Let me put this down. My eye. They are driven. These people. They have drive. And they run, the course is 26.2 miles. And this is the 50th anniversary. And I just feel that this is going to be a key race. It's just something that I feel this race is going to be marked by something big. And I wish everybody safety in this race, but it's symbolic about pushing forward. I'm not a runner, boy. I get winded quickly. 3 weekends ago, I did, after I walked my dogs, I came back, dropped them off, and then I went back outside and I jogged to the pier and back. Yes, I did. I said, I want to experience what it's like to jog out there, you know. Um, 'Cause see, I was inspired by this young woman. I'm probably more than twice her age. I just got the impression. I mean, I'm at least twice her age, but I think I'm actually over twice her age. And I discovered her, at the park, at the beginning of the park. When I enter the park, I take my dogs out, or out of the stroller, so they can take care, do their business. And I see this young woman, um, an exotic black woman of some type. She has hair similar to mine when I wear it out. She had like real, she has like a bushy hair, curly bushy hair. And she's slender. pretty face, and she had a beautiful smile. She just looked free, and she had a big dog with her. She has one big dog, and it was on like a leash that's attached to her waist, and she's wearing, jogging gear, and she's running. And I thought, wow. I said, see, there's not that many blacks that get up at that time and running, and she was very fit and everything, and she just stood out. Her energy signature was different than most uh, black people that I see in Central Park. They're not as young as her and don't look like her. And I was curious, who is this woman? And I even gave a prayer. I said, "Oh, I hope I have an opportunity to meet her and say hello." And that day came, and I hardly see her now because our schedules are changed. The season is changing, the light and everything, and I have to be careful what time I go out there. But I was greatly encouraged to, even though I was doing basically the same thing. See, I had my three dogs, but they're on in the stroller, or we're walking. But she was running, jogging. I shouldn't um, demise, you know, make it seem smaller what I was doing. Excuse me. But I like what she symbolized to me. And what she symbolized to me was freedom. Freedom. To be able to get up. It takes discipline. People, it takes discipline to get your butt up, shower or whatever, what you have to do to get ready to go, to look presentable, go out there with your dog early in the morning and jog. It takes discipline. And the people out there at the park at that hour, they're different people. They're people who want to get the most out of their day. Maybe they're really quiet like myself. We're basically quiet folk. We like the quiet of the day. It's usually cooler outside. That's also why I started going early because over the summer it was just too hot to get out there when that sun. Yeah, I wanted to get out there before the sun was really up high. Because my little babies here, my girls, they're sensitive to the heat. They're not good with the heat. So I said, hey, I'm going to get up early, get back home before it gets hot outside. That's why I started doing it. Yeah. And then I started meeting these different people. And it was fantastic. And also at this time there were races too, bike races that also come out early in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I would say in the early mornings a lot of guys that are out there. There are a lot of women too, but I think there's more guys that are out there. But it's a fantastic group of people, the early morning people. If you guys could do it, if it's safe for you to do it, try it and see how you like it. It's fantastic, you know? And so it greatly encouraged me and just motivated me to continue that spirit of freedom. And freedom, she symbolized an idealized black race of people who are free, who are about using the most of her time or your time and go where you want to go. And I love that for all of us. But many of us in the black community, And I'm not trying to slam dunk anybody, but and this could happen to any group. We start to make excuses with our lives, and many of us are overweight, especially in the United States of America. Many of the black women are really overweight and obese. We are the um, fattest group in America. And I was a health major. I was a nutrition major in college. I had gotten my master's in nutrition, and so we had a study about demographics and about who has what. And unfortunately, throughout my time in college, in this nutrition program, hearing about black people being overweight, being everything, and it made me feel bad. And so when I saw this young, I didn't know where she's from. Well, I found out where she's from. Yeah, she's from another country. That's all I'll say for now. She's from another country in the Americas, very slender, petite, and cares about her looks. Yeah, she's very, no makeup. She wore no makeup. And she radiated beauty. And I said to myself, I want to see more of this. I want to see us in our perfect state of beauty, blacks in America. We need to control our diets. We eat other people's food. We don't cook our own food. We don't cook our own food. We're getting fatter and fatter. They say, oh, well, I got the kids. Oh, I'm too tired to cook after work. Girlfriend, you better do something or you'll perish. Take control of your family, your household, I should say. Take control of what you put in your mouth. Take control of your body. Take control who you sleep with. You're always blaming other people and not saying how you contributed to what's happening to you. And yes, there are other groups too. You know, the fattest people, you know where they live? They live in the former Confederate states. Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi especially is the fattest state. The fattest people live in Mississippi. It is also the poorest state in the United States of America. Poverty and obesity go hand in hand. I'll say it again. Poverty and obesity in America go hand in hand. Yeah, you need to start taking control over your body. And it's something now with this pandemic. What is the pandemic about? It's about your body and how now they're using so-called health concerns to do a lockdown. I hope I don't get logged off. To lock you down at home. They say, oh, we're only doing this for your health. Oh, put a diaper on your face. I call it the diaper. Yeah, accurate name. Because the diaper is to collect your waste. Well, when you breathe out, that is waste. And then you're breathing in your waste. And what happens when you breathe in the waste? Well, one thing, you could develop, what do you call it? Um, hy- hy- hypopenia, low blood oxygen. What happens when your blood oxygen decreases? Stress response, higher cortisol levels as a stress hormone, and adrenaline is stress your adrenal glands, and you get sick. Heart attack, you can get a heart attack. High blood pressure. Who's at risk for high blood pressure in our community? Black people. But they're telling you to wear this diaper on your face. Does that make sense, people? Does that make sense? Why would you tell a high risk group to wear this diaper on your face and you're prone to infections? Don't you think you're going to get an infection in your lung? Oh, but it's for your health. And then they scare you and say you got to get the jibber jabber jab, right? Why would they do something foolish like that? Why on earth would you do something like that? So now you're stressed. Don't you think you're going to eat more when you get stressed? I know I eat more when I get stressed. You think you're healthier now over these past 2 years? Things are happening. People are waking up. Here we put some creep in office. This creep that's in office right now. Sorry about that. See that? They don't want me to talk about that. So, anyways, your health is being compromised. But people, this is a time like, it's like the it's darkest just before dawn. Dawn is when the sun starts to come out. But just before dawn, it's the darkest time, darkest hour. And that's what this time is all about. We're entering into a dark hour. We're in a dark hour. But the sun will come out right when it hits its peak of darkness. We're trying to, people are waking up. So you have people who had supported the person that's in office right now, and now they're regretting it. Did you hear that there, at least in New York City and around the states, um, the law enforcement, the health people, they said if you don't get that medicine in you, we're gonna fire you. And in fact, if you're in the military, they have the what do you call it? The Navy SEALs. They're telling the Navy SEALs that's a special force, military force. It costs millions of dollars to train them. They said, you don't take that jibber jabby, we're going to give you a dishonorable separation from the military. Did you know, people, if you get a dishonorable separation from the military, you are excluded from federal jobs, if I understood right. You cannot get veterans preference. Like, let's say you want to get a job in the post office, you're excluded from that. You don't get other benefits as well. They're calling you like a tree, like treason. They are telling you if you don't comply to what we want you to do to your body, to your sovereignty, we are going to thug you. Could you believe that? Could you believe that? To do that. And unfortunate, I heard that a relative of mine who's in the military, took the jibber jab. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But this YouTuber that I was watching, she shared some I thought, very valuable information. Again, I do not know whether it's true, whether it could really work, but I'm thinking, why not? She was talking about what you could do to try to heal your body. something about the sea, that the sea water. Now, I did hear about seawater in general, that that it has negative ions. When you go to the sea, the oceans, and that the ions in the air at the ocean is very revitalizing. But she said, go in it, in the ocean, the salt ocean, and it will heal your body from these. If I think she was saying or trying to say, because some of us had to take the jibber jab. Said, hey, she said that she was meditating on the matter, and an insight came to her regarding the ocean, and she saw similar, some correlation between certain things with the ocean, that the components in salt water, ocean water, is the same as this other thing. Oh, I wish I could be more specific. But hey, people, um, maybe it's something that you can try. If you live by an ocean and you want to heal, hey, maybe you could, maybe some of you can try that if it's safe for you to do so. I'm thinking, hey, I have um, what do you call it, sea salt at home. Maybe we could take salt baths. You get like they have these different salts. I go to this Indian store. It's a spice store. I think it's one of the largest in New York. It's humongous. And they have all types of sea salt, like raw salt. I get the red and black one. Maybe I can pour some of that in my bath water if I feel I'm going to get more revitalized, get minerals in my body. I think about doing that. I mean, I did not take the jibber jab. I did not take it. But some days I feel I need to be, you know, need more, you need minerals. When you get older, we don't absorb the same as when we're younger. And we may need more minerals in our diet because we're not absorbing as much. So I wanted, something, it's a possibility, hey, go out there and maybe get to the beach, or maybe you bring, get like a bucket or something, gather some of that ocean water, and maybe pour it over yourself. Yeah, New York City, I'm like 2 hours away from the beach. Yeah, I did go out. If I feel funny or something, go to the beach and breathe in the salt air. Salt air, salt is cleansing for your lungs and everything. Yeah, you can maybe do that. But it just inspired me. The YouTuber really inspired me. She was on fire, boy. I really was encouraged by what she was saying, and the information about the salt water. Um, and that their entity, she talked about that planet Earth is under attack. Yeah, I see that. I believe that. And the new YouTuber that I just found yesterday, talk about a little bit about the um, outside forces. And he was also saying, the new one, YouTuber, yeah, the new YouTuber, who's also on Odyssey platform, um, he said you need to go within. He encouraged also um, to meditate, and that you can meditate for, meditate in like in a prayer state for others. He said that He has family who took who believe in all that, the jibber jab and everything, but he didn't take it. He said he can still pray for them and pray for, like, he said to believe, to to use your mind to see things how you want to see it, like see it that, like, they didn't take the jibber jab, and how they're healthy and happy, to, I mean, I'm not saying about delusional, but to see them in a state of wholeness in your mind's eye. And so it's actually wishing wholeness for somebody that you know, and then that it'll help you as well. So rather than getting, he doesn't want us to get stressed by what our relatives or friends are doing, but to see it as like they're already well, like they're already healed. So thinking positive about a situation that you cannot physically change, but you could spiritually change and keep your sanity in the process. Yeah, I was stressing um, about all this, but that makes sense. Think thoughts of wholeness upon your life. And so when I was doing my mirror work, window mirror gazing, you have to face yourself, people. Have any of you ever done that? Mirror work, mirror gazing. You go in front of a mirror and you stare at your reflection. You have the lights dim. Sometimes you see other people in the mirror. It's like an overlay. Like you still see you, and then you see you kind of sort of change, like something went over your vision, your appearance to something else. That can happen. I believe these might be, I don't know, maybe they're spirits who are attracted to what I'm saying. I feel people. See, it's not only the living that need encouragement. I see now that um, the dead, those who are, people who transition, that they need encouragement too. Why I say that, people? I know this sounds bizarre, but what I believe what's happening, when I do my mirror work, my mirror gazing specifically, I don't know exactly why it does what it does. Because, see, I could say the same exact thing without a mirror, like looking out in the universe, in the sky. Um, and then when I finish. But when I do it in front of a mirror, and many of you know I have cameras in my apartment that could record in darkness. It's infrared, and it captures orbs. Yes, you heard me right. Orbs. Orbs are pure light beings. And I believe some of these orbs were people. I can only speculate that. I believe some of these orbs were once people who have transitioned, and that is their energy body that I see, their pure essence. Some of them, I think it's something else. They come in different shapes, as I shared. I have another channel called Orb Whisperer. Orb Whisperer is my other channel, and I've captured on video with my night vision camera, my security camera, orbs. Some are round, some are funny, oblong, you know, ob, um, misshapen, roundish. Some are like rods, some are like spiky. Yeah, but I believe many of them are beings. And as I was meditating in the mirror, and when I finished my session, I closed the session and I said to close all portals that may have opened, and whatever is open to close, and everything has to go back. And still ask for that shield of protection over me in my home. And when I did that and walked away, I was putting everything back, cleaning up after the session, and what I saw on camera, when I walked away from the mirror, the orbs came out of the mirror. Yes, it did. And I speculate that they had uh, saw that I was to do um, a mirror gazing, and they wanted to be a part of it. And I believe what's happened, like in the movie, have any of you seen the movie called Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg? It was a comedy, like a comedy, romance, drama mix. Whoopi Goldberg, the movie Ghost that came out, I think, in the 1980s. What happened in that movie? That she was what do you call it? A medium, a spirit medium, something like that. I forget what you call them. And she a lot about her was phony. She's doing this for money, but sometimes she really does. The character in the movie does connect. And in one of the scenes, she's like reading somebody's, communicating with the deceased. And in the movie, they showed a whole bunch of people around her. No one else could see them, but she can. And it was humor. It was so funny. Did anybody see it? Do you know what I'm talking about? Press a one for yes if you know what I'm talking about. But it was very funny, the movie. But that I think it's real what they're talking about. Yeah. And I think what's happening when I'm at the mirror, for whatever reason, the mirror serves as a portal. I don't know why, but mirrors and reflective surfaces serve as a portal. Maybe part of it, what I'm thinking about now, what does a mirror have? What makes up a mirror? Yes, glass. And glass is made out of sand, right? And sand is a crystal, right? And what do they coat that glass with? Silver. Silver or mercury type of thing. It's a component. And it reflects back the light. But what does mercury and silver do? It absorbs energy, people. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Well, what is the significance of that? Well, if, well, energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is at the mirror, and when you are in prayer or that state, your attention is looking in the mirror. So the energy is of you and your consciousness is going into that mirror and being absorbed by that mercury or silver backing on that glass. So it's absorbing your energy, and energy can take shape and action. Energy is alive, it's action, it does work for you. So it's about intention. So if my intention is to communicate to my higher self or my advisors, spiritual advisors in the spirit realm, are you going to be connected to them? And don't these other energies, these orbs, maybe they're in the glass, taking in my energy as I'm speaking and want to be enlightened or whatever, they're getting energy. They're getting something out of it, people. They are getting something out of what I'm doing. And like the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg, and you could go probably online on YouTube and check out and the little snippets that they have with that movie. It was a popular scene when the ghosts were cramming to be the one that's able to talk through Whoopi. The character in the movie played by Whoopi Goldberg, the comedian. So I think that's what's happening in the mirror. They're cramming to be in there, to be part of my conversation. And at times when I'm looking with my eyes open at the mirror in the dim light, that you can see people, one face at a time. It's just like the face and the hair. And I'm saying to myself, oh my goodness. Sometimes there are many different faces I see flashing, real quick. Sometimes they're women, sometimes they're men. A lot of times they look like um, so-called Native American type people, brown-skinned people with very straight hair and bangs. Yeah, and one time I saw someone that looked like someone who I knew. I'm not going to mention the name, but they came twice that day. I said, "Oh my God, is that you, so and so?" I kid you not. I know it sounds spooky. I was sometimes I get scared, but I wasn't scared at that time. But sometimes I do get a little anxious when I'm doing the mirror work. I know sometimes the spirit of fear hits me. Because sometimes the people, like usually the images of people in there, they don't look real. I mean, it's like a thin overlay. But sometimes they look more three-dimensional, and it's when that happens, I get a little scared. But I have to tell myself, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. See, I think, you know, it's about intention. Intention. Your intention is for enlightenment about mirror. It's the stream, the live stream, I think. But yes, so if you have words of love, you're going to attract love. Speak words of love, and you will attract people who are looking for love. You speak words of that's opposite love, you're going to attract low energy beings, harassing spirits probably. So speak when you do this mirror work, this mirror gazing, speak in love. Speak and you give your word of intent. In the beginning, you give a word of protection over you and your home, and your mind, and your body, your energy body. Um, and that you want to communicate with your higher self, God, whatever. And I think you're going to dial into that. If you want to dial into hatred, that's what you're going to get too. So that's what I did. When I feel moved to do it, I do it. If you feel fear, then don't do it at that time. And maybe it's a reason, maybe something you're not ready for that moment, including myself. But when I feel moved to do it, then I do it. Yeah. These are exciting times, people. That's what both YouTubers would talk about. These are exciting times. Yes, it could be a challenging time, but it'll also expose what you're really made out of. And so maybe doing this inner work at the mirror to address those issues. Only you can look within yourself. No one can do it for you. I realized that the person that I feared most was myself. The person that I feared most was myself. So I said, wow, if I'm afraid of myself, how could I help myself? I said, I have to be my best friend. Sorry, that it's disrupting the channel. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have to challenge myself. I have to go in and find out what is this fear that's trying to attach itself. And I want to be free of this. It's all about freedom. And that's why I mentioned about that female jogger. I knew she was different. Yeah, she's been in the US for now 4 years. And she speaks English fluently. And she jogs every morning. And she's doing well for her body. And I want to encourage other people of color that you too can get in shape, whether it be running, jogging, walking. But it starts with you. It doesn't start with your minister. It doesn't start with your children or your parents or your neighbors or your teacher. It starts with you, people. It starts with each individual. You need to take care of your life, your body, your mind. You need to be kind to yourself. You know, people take off that weave. Take it off. Did you know I learned something with the hair weave? Now, I had tried a hair weave 30 plus years ago, and I had a bald spot. I had it on for 2 weeks, and someone was doing my hair, and they said, "You got a bald spot." I had bald spot where it was attached to the ends. What that lesson taught me, it said, "Be yourself. Be yourself." My body does not like things on it. I've tried, again, I did that for 2 weeks. And I put in little box braids, the hair extensions for the braids. Very bad for my hair. Very, very bad. It breaks it. And you know what I heard? When your hair is constantly being pulled, it's called contract, con, oh, I forget the name. It's alopecia. Sorry about that. My power must be going low. Maybe that's what's happening. The power's going. Yeah, it was on about like at 80%. But yes, when you have things on your head, one thing, your scalp has to breathe. Okay? Just like you can't breathe through your mouth, you're gonna die. Well, your hair follicle is dying when you have things on your scalp and preventing it from breathing. When you have hair weaves, it pulls on your scalp and it prevents good circulation on your scalp. You need circulate. You have blood vessels, capillaries in your hair, in your scalp. Your hair is alive. The roots, and it needs nourishment. It needs food. And when it's pulling, like you have a tight ponytail or it's on weaves, things like that, it stops the circulation of your scalp and your hair will start to fall out and will not respond well. You have now what I call this artificial woman. They spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on their hair. And what you see is not theirs. It's not real hair. It's not their own. And if you look at their own natural hair or scalp, it looks like a Martian. craters. It's disgusting. And you're settling for this because you want to try to look like something that you're not. You're not an Asian girl. You're who you are. And it's okay to be whatever race, color you are. And that's what life taught me. I tried to look like something that I wasn't because I thought it was fashion because I had a so-called friend who had the hair weave. This was over 30 years ago. And I said, wow, I can have long hair overnight. I had shoulder length hair. And I learned that lesson. Don't get no hair weave. And then I was trying to, on and off, um, we call it a hair relaxer. Well, that screws up my hair also. They have these girls in these shops. They use what they call the Dominican stylist, as they call it. That's how they market themselves now. The technique they use, well, your hair will fall off. I used to go to a hairdresser. Um, I was in my early 20s, and my hair was in worse. Sorry about that. The connection. Yeah, the trend back then in the early 80s was to have straight hairstyles. And you see on YouTube now, you have some of the black women who have been honest and they shared videos of the horrors that happened to their scalp. Baby, it's about freedom, like that young girl that I told you about in the park. She has her natural hair, natural texture hair, and she just bouncing free. She says people like her hair. Yeah, she has beautiful, it's free. She had that nice bushy hair, and it's flopping up and down when she runs. It is so beautiful. Be free, people. Be free with your hair and your body. I'm not saying sexually free. I'm saying, use maturity. Treat it well. Stop trying to look like other people. They don't even love you anyway. They don't love you. Everybody's competing to who has longer hair, who has this and that, but they're not developing their mind. These chicks, they don't develop their mind. They look stupid. They act like dumbass women. They're real fake. They look really fake. And it's sad. It's sad because society taught them, oh, you have to look like this or that. You notice also the people that's on the newscasters, the people who come on the news on television. Don't they look really plastic? They look like a Barbie doll. They look so fake. And you know that they're not giving out the news? They don't report news. They gossip. And they try to promote what they want you to believe. They're doing politics. It's no longer the news. It's all about brainwashing. And they're making women feel like, sorry, more and more they got to look like a Barbie doll to be attractive. So it's no real news anymore. It's no real news. They're not free, these people. They're not. Oh, there was something else that I was meaning to say. Oh, brother, I know I've been saying a lot. Yeah, when I first started this live stream, what also motivated me to do this live stream was about oh God, what was it now? Oh, please let me remember. Oh, it'll come to me. Please, I gotta remember. Oh, what was I talking? I was just talking about the women. Oh, it was something about these leaders. These leaders, like you look at some of the leaders, and the women. Um, within the black community, what they look like. And again, I'm not just doing this to sound mean. That is not my. Oh God, I wish I could remember exactly what I wanted to say. It was something to connect with these women, but it's they're using they're using these women. Here you have women that's getting into high positions in government, black women in government, like the Chicago mayor, or this woman in what's her name, Lightfoot, and then there's Miss Waters from California. Look at these women. Do these look like happy women? These women look like psychopaths. They actually are spooky, spooky looking, and spooky acting. See, they're using the race card. See, they're using us as the pit bull or the Doberman pinchers for the day to do their bidding, the bidding of the system that's trying to overthrow the planet. Yeah, there are forces out there that are social engineers that are trying to um, control the planet, and they're very strategic, and they're using these women and getting them excited about the race card. Yes, there is racism out there. I'd be a liar if I said that it doesn't exist. It exists. But they're making you hypersensitive to the term racist and racism. And they're using you, scaring the community. But you notice none of these women are doing anything for the black community. You know, to never speak out. The woman in California, Waters, Miss Waters, she lives in $1 million house. That girl's not on welfare. Has she ever implemented anything for her black community? Does she live in a black community now? And what about the VP of our country? She started out in California, and you heard about all the things that she did as it was in her job, in office, in politics, and she's responsible for putting innocent people in jail. But yet they want to talk about the racism, right? She's in office now, a VP of this country. And what is she doing? What about the thing in the border? Did she ever visit the border? About these people that supposed to have been in cages before? Did you know that their administration is going to give $450,000 for each individual in a family they were separated? Could you believe that? They have homeless people where I live. Homeless black people where I live. Homeless white people where I live. Do you think they're going to give them $450,000 so they can get their lives in order? None of that. See, they're using the crisis at the border as a distractant and as a means of getting votes. They're relying that these illegals, and if you pay them money, that they're going to vote for them. I shared a video some years ago about the ID that they want to implement in New York. It's like a general ID that they can use to go to certain social events like museums, things like that. But you know, it's to give them IDs so that they can use it to vote. because you need some type of ID to apply for voting, right? So it's doing that. See, there's no free lunch, as my father used to say. People are giving you something because they want something from you. And so they want to manipulate the system to get a better favor of an outcome. And the outcome is they want to use these people to get their vote, to get them um, as quickly to become U.S. citizens as quickly as possible, to enhance their opportunity to stay in power. And once they get in power, then they're going to really do a number on the population. So they're using our border, and then they're using these black women, black American women, to emphasize, to destroy certain people. I know this may not sound good to some of you. You have to read in between the lines what they're doing, using these people for. So they want to change. They want to promote the narrative to get the certain type of white people, that rich white people, to usurp them and throw them out. But see, that's what the system wants you to do. You have socialists slash communists slash Marxists who are behind this, who want to get rid of their opposition. Who are their oppositions? But the rich and powerful. And they're using the race card and using the sensitivity of the black woman in America to do it. That was part of the thing I was going to say, but I know there was another component to these women. Yeah, they're out of their mind. They are out of their mind. And you don't see any of these people securing the lives of their black constituents. Why, here we have a so-called black woman in office, but yet you see more and more black people where I live shooting up drugs. They say that we want to do this for your safety, but yet they have you forced to wear a mask. And let's say you have asthma. Let's say you have uh, many sicknesses, co-mortalities that you're dealing with. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of a large portion of the population, especially black people, because black people in general. Sorry about that. Yeah, but we can take back our power. Take back our power. You have choices. You can focus on the negative people who want to use the race card. Sometimes the race card is true. Yes. But you have to also read in between the line. And if they're exploiting your sensitivities and a racial event that happens, they're trying to put fire, you know, fuel the fire. But you need to fuel your life with common sense, with wellness. Use this opportunity of this pandemic to get close to your family, close to your children. You have to work together. You have to work together if you have family, that you're living with. Use this as an opportunity to get to know yourself. Maybe you can meditate together. Maybe all of you could. I mean, I've never done anything like this with a group of people to look in the mirror. What if a family? I mean, this would be interesting. And those of you who want to experiment and try this, I mean, I don't know how that it would happen. I mean, what would happen? But if you as a family, if let's say you have parents and siblings or children, You hold hands. Maybe you can all look in the mirror together, holding hands in unity. And you all look within yourselves in the mirror. Give a prayer of protection over all of you with the intent. You always have to give an intent, an open intent. Your intent is your aim. Your aim is to go within, to reach Yahweh, higher power, to um, develop your spirituality, to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? What if you all did that in your household? Maybe you might get a, how do you call it? What they call a download. You might receive a message from your higher power or your ancestor or an angel, whatever what you want to call it. This is time that you have to go within because they want to try to shake you. Well, shake them back. Shake them back. Take back your family. Take back your schools. Did you hear the story recently? A person in the it was this was I think a high school, and it was a boy that put on a girl's outfit so they can enter the girls. Sorry, this is some white supremacists or a white what do you call it? White what they like a hate group because the father said no. He found out they would have a meeting. They didn't want him at the meeting. And they had an all-woman panel. I think they might have had one man. And if you look closely at the ladies, they all look like that funny look, if you know what I mean. I mean, your preference is your business. Your preference and your sexual orientation is your personal business. But when you impose your sexual orientation on others, or you pretend to be parents. Did you know that some of let me be real. Let me just say, I know I might be offending people. I'm not saying this to offend. What you like to do with your body with a consenting adult is your personal business. But when you try to get into politics and you get your other cronies, so you could promote this sexual predatorialship upon the weaker of the sex. That boy was not a tranny. He was a man, young man. I mean, a child, a teenager, who wanted to rape, and he knew the politics. Hey, I just put a skirt on, and I said I'm a tranny. No, he's not. He got his dingaling, and he used it against another human being. And when the father found out, he went to the school board meeting. They didn't want him there. And when you look closely at the ladies, they have that same spirit about them. And did you know that there are people in I call them the alphabet soup drinkers? And that's your business if you like alphabet soup. But see, I'm more of an old-fashioned girl, and I like that chicken soup. Well, the alphabet soup people, they have some of them get together and they scheme things in politics. I met them in the military. When I was in the military, I've never saw a person like that in my life. It was a young woman. She came in, she was in her 30s. She came into the military late in age. Most people go in the military, they're 17, 18 years old. She was in her 30s already. Maximum, I forget, I think the maximum age you can enter the military for the first time is 35. I could be wrong, but it's in the 30s. And she was of that alphabet soup. And I was on this spirituality thing back then. I was very naive. And she had asked me to help her in a situation because the other people didn't like her and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's a reason why they didn't like her. But I was stupid about what I saw. You could see it, but I didn't want to admit it because I was into this love and light thing and spirituality back then. Now I'm still in, I believe in, you know, well, I believe use common sense now. My instincts told me this is what she is, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. And so I helped her out. I spoke the truth of what I saw, and that's what she wanted me to do. So she can get a transfer. And guess what this person said? That they want to destroy every male and get rid of them, get rid of the male of them on the planet. I thought, is this girl for real? See, I was too embarrassed to go back to the higher ups and let them know what she had told me. Because here I had just spoke on her behalf about what I saw, what they were doing to her. Yes, they were mistreating her because she's a fucking freak. Excuse my language. She was a freak. You could feel it. You could see it. But I didn't want to see it because I'm supposed to be into equality. That everybody was equal and just overlook those things that you see in others. Don't judge people. You ever heard that? Oh, don't judge. Don't judge. Well, I did. Well, I do now. But I was used for the alphabet soup agenda that some of these ladies have. And they're in the military. You don't think that they're in government too? And some of them that I saw in the military, they can pretend and arrange for themselves to get pregnant, even though they are of the alphabet soup drinkers of society. And they may get drunk and select a male to get impregnated. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But she had the two that they had declined at the last minute or something. But I witnessed that. I knew one of them told me right off what she was. Another one, you knew who she was. And there was a big scandal on the ship that I was on. Yes, there was a big scandal in let's see, I got on board this ship in 1988. It was the summer of 1988. There was a big scandal. And they had to let go a lot of the women who were of the alphabet soup drinkers because they had threatened a woman on the ship. Yeah, they're being aggressive. That's one thing with the alphabet soup practitioners, that many of them have an anger and a warlike spirit about them to control. See, it's not about just controlling, for them to control their own bodies. They want to control your body. And if you're not into the alphabet soup, they're your enemy. Now, I had met somebody who had shared they were of the alphabet soup just before I got into, what was that? Yeah, after I had just finished boot camp. And she had, there was a connection, we knew each other through a mutual so-called friend at that time. And she didn't like, she shared with me what she was, and I did not judge her. I thought, okay, she is what she is, okay. But when she discovered that I chose a different, something different, opposite of what she liked, I automatically became her enemy, and she told me, don't ever call her back. So I find the alphabet soup people are, many of them, like for you to approve of their lifestyle. And again, what they do with their own bodies is their business. But if you don't want to join in with them and you have your own preference, you're on their hate list, and they cut you off that quickly. So I don't find that they reciprocate the same way to us. But either way, what I was getting at, what I perceive as being done through the things that I saw in the military, and what I think is being done in the school system, they flock into the school system because they're children there, and they want to uh, get the the children indoctrinated through that lifestyle and to confuse their identity. They want to confuse the children's identity, and they're targeting younger and younger. They're having this reading time with drag queens, and they're having children lying on top of their body. I don't care whether they're straight or curly. You don't have a child lying on top of your private parts. Disgusting. Disgusting. When you're after our children, you are after the future of society, and you want to pervert them. See, if you're not honest about your agenda, then you're, you're a predator. If a person, if an adult wants to choose that particular life, so that's their business. See, a lot of people just went off the screen here because, see, I'm speaking truth. I'm not speaking hate. I didn't drop that girl, the woman, when I found out she was of the alphabet soup. But when she found out that she couldn't get what she thought she could get from me, oh, I'm on her hate list. She said, don't call me ever again. I was like, what? Or the person in the military who asked me to speak on their behalf, and then she snubbed me. Yeah, that's what happened after. She snubbed me, and when she was with another alphabet soup person, and I realized at that point when she looked at me like that and was talking to another alphabet soup person, I realized that I got used and fooled by her. She got what she wanted, and they have agendas, and they work very stealth, and they use the chicken soup people like myself to and use us to get their agenda, because see, we're all about, oh, we're supposed to love everybody. Not everybody you should love. Not like that. Yeah. And so they're getting into the Board of Ed, the school system, and they want to confuse your children, and they want access to your children's body. A lot of this alphabet soup uh, partakers are actually pedophiles. See, they want to hide behind the alphabet soup society, but they're not really out. They're pedophiles. They are adults that want to rape children. That is what they're all about. That is their real aim. I am not against someone who chooses people of the same gender. I am not against that. I am against adults who want to have sex with children, and they want to make it legal. They want to make it legal. Leave the kids alone. Leave our children alone. Let children stay children. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's I wish I could remember what the other thing I was going to say. I know this is going long, but you got to be careful, people. Yeah, society is just trying to shake us. But come together as your family. Come together and pray. Pray for what you want in life. Don't be deceived by the riches of this world because it's fleeting. It's not really real. They want you to become a robot. Did you hear about with Facebook? They want to call it the metaverse, something like that, metaverse. And they want to entice you with what do you call it? With with pretty things. Oh, in this virtual world, you could get different types of houses and clothes. Just all this surface stuff. They want to take your soul. They want to put your brain in a computer and you become a slave. There was a movie about that. I think it's called Little People or something. Yeah, and once you get in, you can't get out. And that's what that YouTuber that I was talking to you about earlier, that's on Odyssey, that they want to create this new world and get you trapped into this web. She talked about the web. That's the new god. I think she called it Metatron. Meta. Metaverse is short for Metatron. That's a god. That's their god. Yeah, these people are sick in their head. Yes, see, they're setting it up. The alphabet soup is to confuse one's identity, and then they're going to replace it with this virtual reality. Uh, what do you call it? This virtual reality system. They want to give you a choice. Hey, why don't you go, put your consciousness in a computer and you don't have to worry about ever getting vaccinated, people. Oh, wow, I'm just getting this revelation here. Could they not, they try to enforce this jibber jab? They say, hey, you go to the cyber world and you'll never have to get vaccinated. Um, you have 100% freedom. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Once you get in there, there's nothing more special and precious than your soul. She also talked that YouTuber talked about that they're jealous of you. Yes, it is true. I believe that's true what she says. That you have people who are in power have a hatred for the real humans. Why else do they want to pollute your body with that jibber jab? Why else do they want to pollute your body with GMOs, with artificial chemicals in the food, with toxic air? Because they hate the human. They hate real human beings. Why do they hate the alpha male? You notice in the media, they don't show the alpha male. I mean, a real male, a black man or white, a bona fide man with his woman, with a slash wife and children. They don't show it. They are afraid of the real man. And with white people, they say, "Oh, they're white supremacists. They're whites. Any white man that loves himself and his family, oh, he's a white supremacist. You're being fooled, people. Am I not speaking the truth, people? Press a one for yes or a two for no. You don't see what they're doing? They are telling you they are fooling you. They're twisting everything around and calling the sound of mind as something to be feared. They are trying to eliminate the black man through the alphabet soup alternative lifestyle. as if it is an alternative lifestyle. They'll reward you with a job if you choose the alphabet soup. And if you don't, then they'll put you in jail, force you to live on the street, and be a drug dealer or drug addict. And then the white male, they say, oh, you're a white supremacist. Uh, we're going to beat you up. See, they're bullying you, and now they're introducing the metaverse, and I believe it's going to be an alternative to those people who want to escape the bad, bad world, the bad, bad planet. There is nothing like real life and going outside and breathing in that fresh air and sunshine. Who wants to be stuck in a computer? Hello, people. They're fooling you. Once you get in the web, you can't get out. You become a bug. What do spiders do to bugs? They suck out your blood. They suck out your life force. And then they discard you. And that's what they do to you. They don't love you. Those rich people, Gates does not love people. His wife is escaping. All of a sudden, the wife divorces him. Why did she do that? Well, she knows something is up. So she wants to get her portion now. Because if she stay with them, they're going to take away his wealth. That's what I think that they're going to do. They should arrest him and some of those other people. Yeah, they're not honest with you people. They're not. They are not honest. They are deceiving you through these illusions of isms. They want to entrap you, entrap your soul. And so become a forever slave. Choose life, choose freedom. Choose life and choose freedom for you and your family. We could overcome all these things, the trying times. People are waking up. They're attacking the military. Now they say, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, the Navy SEALs, they're going to give them a dishonorable separation from the military. They'll lose everything. And then they said that they have to pay back the money. See, they're intimidating them and forcing them to take this bug juice. Don't take the bug juice. Your body is priceless. And I believe there's stuff, well, they showed that there's stuff in that bug juice that will take over your genetics. Don't take it. And if you've taken it, a YouTuber suggested go in the ocean to cleanse itself, to cleanse your. They said salt water, ocean water, is cleansing. Maybe it could change back your chromosomes back. I hope she's right. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not, I don't. I'm not any of those things. But there's something that has to be done. You have to take your body to charge. Find out what works well with your body for your personal wellness. Choose life. Choose love. Yes, love yourself. Love the person you see in the mirror. Do good to yourself. And so, with that last note, people, I bid you well. I thank you for this opportunity to speak. And I hope I didn't offend anybody by some of the things that I mentioned. Again, your body is your choice. Your lifestyle is your choice too. But be careful to not use your license to try to impose things that could potentially harm others. Again, what you do to your body and what your preferences is your business. It's your choice. but I choose nature. I choose balance. So, again, thank you so much. Peace, love, and joy. Yes, I have to get out and about and feed my little babies here. Yeah, these are my little doggies. See, they're still sleeping. Yeah, they're waiting for me to get up and fix their food. Yes, I'll do that now. Thank you again, and write your comments below. Share this video with friends, family members that you think that would enjoy this. Uh, you could subscribe to my channel, Spirit Journey, and you could also PayPal me. Uh, and to do so, PayPal me is a means of supporting this channel. The link is on the right side of the banner of my channel, Spirit Journey. And you click on the link, follow the prompt, and any amount would be greatly appreciated. Peace, love, joy, power be unto the viewer of my live stream. Again, thank you again, and thank you for your support and love. Bye bye. Until next time. See you.